What's up, everybody? Coach Zach here. If you've ever taken a yoga class or you're just getting started on your yoga journey, then no doubt you've seen or performed Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. It's one of the most basic yoga postures and one of the most recognizable positions for yoga out there. And so in this video, we're gonna break down Warrior 2 so you can truly understand the correct alignment. So when you do perform Warrior 2 in a yoga class or in your own practice, you know exactly what to do. Let's get it. Now in all yoga postures, the hips are in one of two positions. They're either open or closed. Think, for example, if I'm standing here, my hips are facing forward. This is hips closed. In Warrior 1, hips are closed, right? If you take your hip bones and you shine them like headlights, they're shining forward. Crescent lunge, hips closed. Even a position where you're standing on one leg, such as Warrior 3, hips closed. Now in Warrior 2, hips are open. So as you see here, I'm going from hips closed to hips open, where they face out to the side. This is a hips open position. But now we'll break down Warrior 2 from the ground up. Now, when you're coming into your Warrior 2, you want to make sure that you have as wide of a stance that's going to allow you to bend into that front knee so that knee doesn't come over the ankle, right? So for Warrior 2 particularly, this is important because I see all kinds of positions that are too narrow, where people end up bending both knees, or way too wide where they have no control, no stability. So you're just going to have to play around and find what the right distance of your feet are for you. That back foot is very important, that back outer edge of the foot is either parallel with the back edge of your mat, or your foot is slightly pointing forward in about 45 degrees. What you don't want, and I see this commonly, is they get into their Warrior 2 and their toes are pointing back. You don't want this. It's a lot of strain on the knee. So either parallel with the back edge of the mat or slightly pointing forward. That front foot, all 5 of those toes are pointing directly forward. You're not coming in, you're not going out, directly forward, making sure you have the correct distance. Now once we bend into that knee, I want you to take a look down. So let's say I'm facing here, I'm facing you. You want to take a look down. If you don't see your big toe, so if you look down and you can't see that front big toe, most likely that means that your knee's collapsing in. You really want to engage that outer hip of that front leg and pull that knee out. So no collapsing knee, pull that knee out. If you look down, you should be able to see that front big toe. And when you bend into the legs, again, you want to make sure that that knee's not going over the toes. Yoga is all about stacking the joints. So knee is stacked directly over your ankle like a pillar of stability. So breaking it down, we got the feet, we're up into the knees. Another big thing with this back leg is you actually want to actively push into the outer edge of that foot, the outer edge of the foot pushing into the ground. So instead here where you're collapsing into this back knee and a lot of strain is going to the medial knee, push out and straighten out that leg. So back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Make sure that that knee is stacked over the ankle. Coming to the hips, as we already talked about, the hips are open. So unlike, let's say, crescent lunge where the hips are closed, right? If you put your hands on your hips, I'm in crescent lunge, you can see that my hips are facing front. I go into Warrior 2, my hips are splayed open to the side. Think of open door, closed door, right? Closed door, open door. Closed hips, open hips, Warrior 2, open hips position. This is very important. So boom, your feet are proper, your knees are, back leg is straight, front knee is bent, stacked over the ankle. Torso. Now I see a lot of students kind of leaning forward with their torso or leaning back. More than likely it's leaning forward, trying to reach towards the front. You want to make sure your torso, your spine, is directly stacked over your hips. All right, imagine your hips are like a bowl and your spine is resting in that bowl. You don't want to pour that bowl in either to the front or the back or side to side. So make sure your torso is stacked directly over your hips. Now, a big cue that I use for my students in yoga is When you get into Warrior Two, first externally rotate the arms. So point your palms face up. The upper arm, so like from the shoulder to the bicep, you want it externally rotating. So from there, do this. Then, keeping that external rotation, the broadening of the collarbones, from the elbow down to the hand, only that part you begin to rotate down. So you're in this position, right? So you're not like letting yourself collapse. I really like to open it up and then rotate the palms down. Big thing I see with students is that they just kind of let that back arm relax and they're not really paying too much attention, right? You only see the front arm, so that front arm's usually good, but that back arm lags behind. So I always have to come around and make sure they're giving that back arm just as much attention as the front. So you're in this position, your gaze is over that front middle finger. Kind of staring, not really staring, but gazing, right? So you're not looking with an intense stare. Your eyes are open and you're focused, but you're kind of in a relaxed, focused position. So, boom. Back arm, front arm gets just as much love as attention. Make sure that knee is stacked. If you glance down, you should be able to see that front big toe. Make sure that back knee is not collapsing. So, quick recap of all the steps. Back foot, either parallel with the back edge or pointing straightly forward. All 5 toes of that front leg pointing forward. Knee is not collapsing in. It's stacked over the ankle. Hips are open, facing out to the side. Torso stacked over hips. Externally rotated at the upper arms, internally rotated at the lower arms. Gaze is strong over that front middle finger. Boom. That's your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So hey, if you're new to yoga, check out the link below because we have an easy yoga flow for beginners that will help you get started and continue on your yoga journey. But before you go, I want to touch up something else about Warrior 2. It's important that you understand that yoga is kind of like an alphabet. You have all these individual letters. They form the alphabet, which then form words, sentences, and onwards. So Warrior 2 is rarely going to be used in isolation. It's going to be used in a wider scope of a flow, typically. So when you're practicing Warrior 2, it's important to not hold the breath. It's important to sit in the Warrior 2, practice that Ujjayi ocean breath, that yogic breath that we've made videos in the past on this channel. Check them out. But it's important to settle into your Warrior 2. Too often, people just move fast in the flow. Stay in your Warrior 2, get comfortable, feel the alignment. Once it clicks, you'll be able to snap into that Warrior 2 whenever you're flowing through your practice. So I hope this helps. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel for more yoga and other fitness content. And I'll see you next time. Yeah.